Saving and budgeting and credit score. And guys, those are all things you have heard in CFA, in the Center for Financial Advancement, right? And we keep repeating it over and over and over again. Nick, what about you? What did you do to prepare yourself?
I had to play the credit game. My credit score was really good, but I didn't have a lot of trade lines on my credit to be able to qualify. They say you need at least 3 open trade lines that you use within a year. That's not for every lender, but that is a requirement for some of them. And so I had to play the credit game. I had to start using some of my credit cards and then paying them off over the period of time, which was kind of like saving and budgeting. So yes, I did get the instant reward of swiping my credit card for whatever I wanted. But over the next 3 months, I had to push my score up by paying pieces down, which ultimately led to the highest score I've ever had, which was over 800 at the end of December. So I could start the process. And so from there, it was just being prepared with the knowledge that CFA gave me and connecting with my home ownership advisor. That is the first and most critical step after you feel like you're prepared. I had to connect with them before I did anything else.
And that is so important, that home ownership advisor. A lot of people think you got to have 20% down payment to buy a home. Talk about down payments in terms of whether your personal, about down payments. What are the sources out there to help a person with a down payment, especially first-time home buyers?
So for this time, I used a grant program. Based upon my job, I was eligible for a grant program. So this grant program assisted me with the down payment and the closing costs. So I actually did not have to pay anything upfront based upon this particular lender. And I'm in North Carolina as well. So based upon this particular lender, I was able to use grant program. So research to see what grants are available to you based upon your situation, oftentimes based upon your location, maybe based upon the job that you accept. You may be eligible for certain grant programs. So thankfully, I didn't have to put down anything for down payment or closing costs.
That is awesome. Nicholas, what about you?
I agree. It's the information that's out there, the resources that are available. I also was able to get a program. So for the people who live in Tennessee, THDA has a program where they supply up to a certain amount of dollars and down payment and closing cost assistance. And so for my actual loan, aside from any like extra money that the seller would want or anything extra from the piece of the purchase, they covered all of the pieces I need in terms of down payment and closing so that my loan would be accepted. And so the 3.5% is usually what they're asking for loans that are of a certain amount or have certain regulations, but I didn't have to meet the requirement. I was able to pay 3% down and then use the rest of the money for my down payment assistance to be able to pay off a good portion of my closing costs. And so for out of pocket, only because I put it on my application, I only had to come out probably $2,000. And that's very low compared to the $32,000 you need to meet 20%, in a high income area. And so it's really, really good if you research first and see what things are available, because what happens with a lot of the money that comes out is it's put in a big pool, and then they're pretty much just taking applicants and pushing that money out to the people who are qualified. So you never know what you don't know. And so you always should ask questions and look for your city, look for your group to see closing costs, down payment, just assistance in general.